Hello from Safonovo. This is a podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about listening and let's start with the definition.
I like a saying which says something like this, that we listen not to understand, but we listen to answer. And listening is trying to go deep in the mind or the brain of your vis-a-vis to understand the picture he drawing in his visual world. Why it is important? Sometime you will be a boss of the team or of enterprises, and you will hear a lot of different voices or noises about something. And if you will compare them, you will find that there are a lot of нестыковок,
Mm, I would say like a mismatching.
mismatching. Thank you. A lot of mismatching, and then you should understand why it's happening, and then you should not just listen the words, but you also should see the faces and understand the намерения,
Intentions.
intentions. Then you could create a whole picture and give the right decision.
And when we're actually trying to listen, what we should pay attention to, like whether it's like who is speaking, when they're speaking, what exactly they say, but probably like there could be some more questions that we should ask ourselves about the person while we're trying to, I would say, ingest, process, and then analyze the information.
Sometime when you will give the topic to the crowd, some people will say, "Oh, come on, that's impossible. It couldn't be done." For example, you remember I was predicted that sometime you will see the heavy rainstorm in Dubai, and I was sure that you will not never believe until it happens. The same was with me in Sahara. It was 2006. Suddenly we had a snow. Yes, it was light, but it was definitely a snow, and there were snowflakes, and it was falling to ground, to our boots, to our camel, and so on. Then you should understand why people have the thoughts. For example, they just try to hurry or try to impress you, or maybe they maybe fight for your attention. But if you will be very attentive, you'll find that some people do not answering yet because they have a very hard brain job, and they just think how it could be done and what is inside. If there any way we could come closer to the result, the same result, not an ideal one, but anyway. So listening will show you different lines of behavior of your subordinates, and you will divide them for some segments. For example, some would work as water flows like fontaines. They just give an ideas and never think how to make dreams come true. Other one, they will make something like very easy solutions, very очевидный,
Obvious.
very obvious, and so it was just plain job and no no glory. And some would say, okay, I need some time. Maybe I would come with a solution which would be much better, and maybe we'll even have win. Maybe we will win the competitors race.
And I do believe that probably art of listening is actually art of like be able to shut up. So how to actually like maybe I would say suppress it, because at certain point of time, and I've been there a lot in those places, like you immediately want to give an answer, you immediately want to give a comment, you immediately share want to share your feedback, which you think is like a very valuable. But sometimes like it's better to really like learn to mm, suppress yourself and maybe keep your thoughts, because sometimes whatever you say first might be not accurate, might be not really relevant, might be not what exactly is needed. So again, like I will try to rephrase it, how to actually learn to not to speak.
Not easy because each time we have a very short period while our brain is working. Usual brain working like this. If you have some question or problem, it will create like 1000 so-called, I don't know how to say, protein reactions, белковые реакции.
mm, Need to think about this one.
Okay, and then if there would be a wave back, then the brain would take it and will convert to the phrase. And it's a special habit to be able to think over the problem for a very long time. For example, sometime I think on the problem like 1 week, 2 week, or 3 weeks, even yesterday I was created a solution which was unable to imagine for very long period, but I was thinking, and it's not easy because your brain is saying, come on, we have been through this 1000 times. It is never could be completed. This is an unsolvable task and something like this, but you should make this as a daily routine. Okay, I have some problems to solve. Let's think all over again.
And well, let's say like when we try to think of the problem and maybe it, like could be not like a one-time conversation that actually would create a big structure in the brain, because like people actually might be coming from different places. They might be like speaking to different people besides of you. So it could be, I would say, like a TV show with the different episodes. So how to keep everything in mind and how to like process it comprehensively. And for example, maybe like I'm not a good example, but I'm trying to like record everything because like when I'm trying to like put some dots and whatever, at least I can hold it somewhere. And sometimes, to be honest, it looks ugly, but at least like it's like a fundament that you could use, or foundation that you could use to maybe like make certain point. So giving that, let's say the higher person would grow, the more connections they will have, the more complex will be the structure. So the question is like how, while listening, keep everything in the head so that the answers, the decisions that you produce could be more or less constructive.
I will give you several examples. Sometimes doctors do not know what to do with patient. For example, he have a very rare disease, and no symptoms were known to this doctor. And he would read some books, and he would ask some colleagues, and he would be very attentive. If you are standing on the ground which is unknown for you, you should be very careful. You should not be sure about your next movement or your next step. And sometime when you think about something, you will talk with your child, you will read the book, maybe you will listen to the TV, and then you will find something in the phrase, not directly showing to you what would be your further steps. It is like insights. It's like empathy. It's okay to say empathy?
Empathy, yes.
Empathy.
And sometimes, like, okay, there's might be like a tricky parts because sometimes when you speak to people, usually what they would expect, even they, like they prepared like a 1 hour monologue, they expect you to probably, like nod your head, say like yes or whatever. It's like they're expecting micro reactions. So this might be sound normal, but sometimes it might lead, well, let's use this word, not to toxic ways, because they may be trying to introduce to you something good. So they, or sorry, something not really bad. So they're trying to get your yes as much as possible in whatever ways, like basically, like keeping you in several mood, and then, like introduce you to something. So this might be the one case. Another case is like at certain point of time, you may actually realize that you disagree at the beginning, but yet you want to listen the full story. So again, the question will be how to behave and how to give, or maybe, like a refrain or maybe rethink of giving certain reactions.
Ah, nice word is refrain. When you're going, for example, for a zoo, you will see monkeys, gorillas, and orangutans, but you have seen them a lot. They're almost familiar to the man. But anyway, you see how they move, how they feed themselves, how make grooming, and so on. The same you should uh, make with people. Some people would tell you strange stories, very rare words. They would create from the dots picture you will not expected to see. We are so long time inside of our head or on the screen of the gadgets that we forget to look into the window or to see to the other peoples. Other peoples could be viewed by you as monkeys in the zoo. So just relaxed and see how they behave and also you should think, are they clever, are they rational, are they doing something good, could you borrow something from their habits? And in this case, when you will try to find anything in everyone, then you will become the most rich person on the earth because you will be collecting tricks and hits.
Well, I do believe this is a nice advice. And then my last question will be how knowing about listening could help to make this world a better place.
It depends from who you listen. There is a book, the name of it, Five Languages of Love. And yes, a lot of people saying that this is very doubtful theory, but anyway, some people want to listen something about sounds. Other people want listen about image. Some people wants to listen about logic. So you should switch your language to understand that another person would collect all your signals and put in the picture you want to draw.
Well, and we review the skill of listening and how it could be helpful for you. Stay in peace.